Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for being here for another segment of For the Moms. On the table today, we're going to be talking about motherhood and friendships. I'm not talking about the friendships that our little kids build with other little children or with their cousins, etc. I'm talking about the friendships that us individual moms have prior to becoming a mom and after becoming a mom. So some reason I've been talking to a lot of mom friends and wondering how it is for them, and it is the same thing where a lot of friends that we have before becoming moms, they kind of avoid us after we become moms. I don't know if we become annoying, if we are always talking about the same thing, or we become less interesting. I have no idea what it is. And a lot of us find new friends after becoming moms, and those friendships become stronger afterwards. So in my case, I was friends with a girl for about 5 years, and it's really bittersweet that we're not friends anymore. I mean, I did invest a lot of time and energy, a lot of thoughts, a lot of everything into this friendship because she was my person. And she was along the journey while I was pregnant for the first time, baby shower, shopping for my registry, all that stuff. And then I became a mom. And she was part of it for a while, I guess because it was long distance because COVID was still around. But once restrictions became less intense and we started seeing each other, we kind of drifted more and more and more to the point that we're no longer friends. I wish her well. She is a great person, and I totally understand that some friendships have a limit. Like, it doesn't mean that you wish ill on the person, that the person is no longer a good person. It is the complete opposite. It just means that that friendship has reached its course, that each individual has to go their own way, and there are better things out there for you. Once you look at it that way, you're less bitter, you're less annoyed, less mad about everything. So in my case, it was just the signs that she was giving me, where she would ask me like, oh, what did you do on the weekend? And I would say like, well, I went grocery shopping, I went to my mom's house, we had an event, somebody's birthday, oh, and then I went to the zoo with my son. And the minute I would mention my child, she'd be like, that's not what I'm talking about, I'm talking about you as an individual. What did you do? And it's like, me as an individual went to the zoo with my child. And then if I had a new picture, or if my son had a new tooth or something, these are things that we share with people that we love. Like, oh my God, my son has a new tooth and I found it and it's so cool and this and that. And like in my culture, like whoever finds the first tooth has to buy the child a gift or give them money, and it's a whole thing. And I thought these are things that friends wanted to hear once you have kids. I understand that it can be very heavy on someone who doesn't have a child. I mean, this girl is 5 years older than me, so maybe she might have been a little bit bitter because I was a little bit further in life, and maybe that's where she wanted to be at the time and she wasn't. And I totally sympathize with that. Like, all she had to say was, Kayla, like, it's a sensitive subject. When you talk about your child, I try to limit it to like, I don't know. I'm a very understanding person. I think I would have been like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And I would have tried to talk about it the less possible around her out of respect to our friendship and the love that I had for her. But I guess things just weren't meant to be anymore with her. And that's okay. And then there are some friends that were just like kind of coasting, friends that I would say hi, bye, how are you type of things when I was single. Well, when I had no children, not when I was single. And now they've become my best friends, where we will swap clothes from our children when it no longer fits her. She'll send some to me. We talk about everything and anything, like about our kids, about our spouses, about our personal life, about our families, about things that bother us, things that we would be scared to say to other people. We talk about everything. And this is somebody that I would never have envisioned as my friend, but as soon as I became a mom, she was just so understanding. Like, when she would see me out and about and looking tired, she wouldn't be the first to say like, man, you look tired. She'd just look at me and be like, hey Kayla, I know it's tough, but you got this. Like, don't tell me I'm tired, I already know I'm tired. So she's very understanding, has always been there, even if it's just a simple text. They always hit at the right moment. She's just really cool. And I know that any question I have, any problem, anything my child has gone through, she's gone through it. So I wanted to make this video to encourage all mommies that are probably maybe mourning a friendship that they thought was for life and it isn't, and that's okay. There are other people that are on the same level as you and that will help you grow with your children. They will enrich your life with experiences and all that stuff, and it doesn't take away from a past relationship that you had with a friend at all. It just shows that in life we are friends, but then we grow apart. Just like sometimes in relationships, inevitably some couples do grow apart, and that's why it leads to divorce or separation and all that stuff. Well, it is the same in friendships. It is the same with siblings. Sometimes that can happen with cousins. It's just you're not at the same place in life, and that will cause friction because you're no longer talking about the same conversations, you're no longer interested in the same things, and obviously your priority list has changed. Your child and yourself is number one, because obviously if you're not feeling well, then your child's not feeling well, and if your child's not feeling well, chances are you haven't slept in days, and that means you're not feeling well. So like if a friend is gonna ask me, hey, do you want to go out Saturday night? And I say yes, and then I have to cancel last minute because my child has a fever, or my husband has something, or just my children are just crying and they don't want me to go, I'm gonna cancel because my child is a priority and I want them to always feel safe. Obviously, there are moments where I'm just gonna be like, no, mommy really needs her time. But when it's an every weekend thing, if I'm gonna cancel, don't be bitter about it. Don't come at me and be like, well, now you're choosing your family over me. Of course, I am choosing my family over you. It's a given. If there's like number one, they're even above number one. So it's just like, once you have children, I think that's what changes drastically is your priority list. You kind of become more in tune with yourself as well, where you listen to your body because you have to. And you're like, if I'm tired today and I go out tonight, I will have to have 3 days of recovery, which I cannot afford because my child is sick, or because I have a wedding tomorrow or a baptism tomorrow, or anything along those lines. Every time you cancel on somebody, your reasons are valid. Every time that person backlashes you about canceling, the way you feel about that is valid. Always listen to how you're feeling. How somebody makes you feel says a lot about your friendship and says a lot about the direction you need to take. So if somebody is making you feel guilty because you're choosing your family, if somebody is making you feel guilty because you're talking about your child or about your spouse or about anything, you shouldn't have to tiptoe on eggshells around a friend. So this video is just to tell you guys that if you are experiencing this, if you're feeling this way with a friend, I'm sorry that this is happening, but it will happen at least with one friend. And it, like I said, it is okay. It doesn't mean that in the future you will not circle back and become friends again. You might. And I hope that's the case for most of you, because it is nice to circle back and become friends with people that we used to be friends with. And then you're like, well, why weren't we friends this whole time? It's nice to catch up where things left off. And I hope that that's the case with a lot of friends that we've lost in the past, because now we have different things going on. But for now, just be positive. Look for people that are going to encourage you, people that are going to be part of your village, where you can just send a text and once they reply, you automatically feel better. Look for people who don't come at you because you took more than half an hour to answer their text. Look for the people who are not mad, but in fact very understanding and offer to help you when you cancel on an evening or on a coffee date, because they know exactly the struggle that you're in. Look for the people who want to talk about your children, who encourage you to talk about your children, who celebrate your children with you. These are the type of people you want around. Obviously, these type of people, they are the type of people that you want in your life and that you would introduce to your children and have your children see them once in a while. As opposed to the people who are against all the things that I just named, you wouldn't want to introduce them to your child and then have them ripped out of your child's life like they didn't exist. It's very important to choose the people around the children, the people around yourself, because like I said, part of our mental health is reflected by the people around us and how they treat us. So I think it's very important, and the reason for the video is really for that. I hope that all of you are not feeling guilty about past friendships that have ended and are more so looking forward to the ones that they will create. So if you like this video and if it was helpful for you or resonated with you, please give it a like, a thumbs up. Please subscribe. Comment if you've had any of this happen to you or if you're amidst any of this stuff. And I'll catch you on the next one. Stay tuned. Bye. Also, side note, I've been drinking from a mug that my sister-in-law recently gifted me, and it says Mrs. Always Right. Not sure if she was being sarcastic, not sure if it's an inside joke, but I will have to talk to her about this because I'm not sure. Am I always right? I don't know. I guess you guys will have to find out. Stay tuned. Catch you on the next one.